Okay, hi, sorry. Hi, welcome to Heady Remarks. It's May 8th. I'm not sure if Fallon's showing up or not, but I figured I better start. I'm just having some technical problems. Like, this screen used to just show the same thing as I don't know, it doesn't matter. It does suck, though. If I switch it, cancel. Don't do that. I don't know. Okay, anyway, we're supposed to talk about Prohibition today. And I think she was planning on coming. Hello? Yeah, this isn't going to work. My laptop is like blocking unless... Do I move that over here? Move it over here? But then it's like with everything else. This sucks. I'm sorry. I guess I can just minimize. Oh, this sucks. It sucks not being able to see the thing. Well, I have to see it for when Fallon shows up. Damn! I'm a fool. I'm a fool of a person. I just was like late, so I was like, I better go. I'm an idiot. I don't know how to advanced display settings. Display 1. There's display 2. I want one and I don't know what I'm doing. I just have to try to get through it, I guess. Right. So, okay, maybe this will work if I make it smaller and then I can still see it. Sorry. What the heck? Okay, so sucks. Okay, I'm just being stupid while I'm live on the internet. That's cool. Hi, Archie. I don't know how I'm going to share screen and stuff. Okay, well, I'm just going to share my notes, I guess. Stop it. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, you guys. This is why women shouldn't control. Well, you know what I was doing all day was trying to, not all day, but trying to set up my 5G that I kind of like got, I don't know, I got pressured into buying it by a door-to-door salesman who knocked exactly like my mother. I wouldn't have even answered it if it weren't for that. But yeah, I mean, what if I show you my screen of trying to do this? And you can tell me what to do. It's not giving that screen an option to share though, so never mind. This really sucks. I would have to move this like totally over here or something. And now you can see my, oh great, no, that's not gonna work. That's a bad idea. There's a brazier hanging from the doorknob. Archie! Oh, this is a frustration. Life is hard. Oh my God, he just hops right back up. Okay, well, anyway, moving on. I'm sorry. Just really don't know what to do with this. It's so confusing. I should have just waited to go live. I just felt like I was late. Okay, so it's called the Volstead Act. That's what enacted the alcohol prohibition, all right? Everyone was drunk, too drunk. Men were, well, at least the temperance movement people were blaming it on husbands beating their wives. It was, speaking of women, it was a lot of women. And this is the weird thing is they teamed up with the KKK. So they were on the same side of things. And on the other side, I believe it was... I kind of liked the temperance ladies. I mean, I just don't think it's a good idea to forbid people to do things by law like that, you know? If there were like some... I think alcohol is a shitty drug and everybody should stop drinking it. But I don't think it should be illegal. there has to be free will, choice, and stuff. You can just make stupid choices because it's a stupid drug. But, yeah. What's her name? Her last name's Nation. Something Nation. Hatchet lady. Oh, I need to share my notes because they're like, okay, how do I do it? Oh, Archie, stop. He's like doing the headbutting thing. Stop. God, I seriously don't know what to do here. I might have to try just one more time. I'm sorry. I'm totally nervous. Do I do identify or detect? Let's identify. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So I want 1 and 3 to be the same screen. Yeah, that's the problem. It needs to be 1 and 3. So how do I change it? Do I do detect? How do I change it? Double click? Setting up multiple monitors. No, I don't, because that'll go to a web page. Okay, so extend desktop. Duplicate desktop on 1 and 3. Well, there you go. And you did it. Keep changes. Yes, keep changes. Did I do it? Are we there? I think I did it. But I'm still having this one problem left. Sorry. Switch it. Why? Okay, sorry. All right, now I'm going to share. So, okay, I did it. Yes, I did it. Okay. Yes, it's called bunting. I get it. But that's more, I always thought of rabbits. So anyway, I don't really understand how these kids tricked this lady, but she was a dum-dum who got tricked into taking pictures with people. How'd they get her to hold a drink and to hold a cigarette? I'm so confused. I need to make it bigger, maybe. Like, this is the hatchet lady who went into the bars and hatcheted all the bottles and stuff. And they like somehow got her to, where was this? At Yale? I think this was at Yale. Stop it, Archie, you're being aggressive. And I don't know, they like said the lights were out. They took a picture. I don't know how they tricked her into it. Hold on, there's a story. But first, let's look at the photos. They did it again. She's not holding anything in this one. I think she's holding a Bible. Look at this guy. He's like cross-eyed down here. What the heck is going on? They're like all completely sloshed. Archie, please. I can't do this right now with you. Ow! Let's go over there. Okay, so let's make this normal sized again. Let's see her with her hatchet. Where is it? There it is. Axeman Attila. Are you coming on? Where are you at? Yeah, well, it's just a little hatchet, but that is weird, though. For some reason, I thought it would be a baseball bat. It makes more sense. Oh, your claw's stuck in the back of my collar, is it? She's a little bit later in the story, but where is it? Yeah, it was at Yale. She's even, like, smiling in that one. It is funny. You know, they played a trick on her. Jerks. Okay, so it goes into effect. The Volstead Act. I think it's named after a guy named Andrew Volstead. Got fur in my mouth now. She was an Indian, wasn't she? No. As far as I can tell, she's a white woman. Obviously bigot. So it banned the manufacturing of alcohol, banned the transport of alcohol, bans the sale of alcohol, and does not ban the possession of. And if you were like a farmer just wanted to hang out in the barn, I don't know, they weren't going to take your hard cider away from you. They're like, if you're fruit goes bad and, it just happens to become a little fermented, you don't have to worry about it. Hi, Peep. Much love. Thank you, you too. And Barrels by the Barn. It lasted 1920 to 1933, so for 13 years. 13 years. That's a long time. I find it very not confusing, that's not the right word. Surprising that it got passed at all. Like, it's just weird. Okay, let's go on. So 2.75 alcohol before Prohibition. Heavy drinking in colonial times. 1880 to 1900. Let's try that again. 1880 to 1900, alcohol consumption doubled. Saloons doubled to 300,000. Grape bricks, says Nikki. Fruit Loops. Can't drink at 18th, can't drink at 21st to remember. Oh, that is weird, huh? Yeah, 18 and 21. And then in between that, women got the vote. And then a lot of the women who voted for the 18th Amendment regretted it, I think. There were like 17 people who had been all throughout. I listened to the book Last Call by, what's his name? I had to go on fast speed towards the end there. Where is it? It's by Daniel Okrent, Okrent. Last Call, The Rise and Fall of Prohibition. So, whiskey costed less than coffee, tea, beer, and wine. Comes from corn, right? Good book. Did you read it? Daniel something. Oh, you did read it. Mistakes were made. It went back in history as like the Mayflower in 1620 carried more beer than water. 42 tons of beer, 14 tons of water. So 42 of beer, 14 of water. 10,000 gallons of wine. I put wine. Then I watched a Connecticut documentary on YouTube. I don't know. I guess they had a lot to do with it. There's a lot of different information depending on state. But about what they brought over, apparently water goes bad before beer goes bad. Finally catching you live. Yay. Good job. Thank you. Welcome, Tribal Defender. Here in Utah, alcohol laws are still a freaking joke. I know you know. I'm just complaining. I don't really complain about the alcohol laws in Utah because I think alcohol is a stupid drug that nobody should do. But I don't think you should force people. I just think there's better drugs and better drugs for you, as Bill Hicks said. Okay, moving on. Apparently, in the year 1830, the average American over the age of 15 drank the equivalent of 7.3 gallons of pure alcohol per year. That's 90/5 of 80 proof liquor per week per person. And that's without accounting for people who don't drink. So that means the people who do drink were drinking a lot. Hence, a nation of drunkards. I mean, it seemed necessary, apparently. It was saying men go into the saloons, bringing home a little more than, they found a little more than just alcohol there and giving their wife syphilis. Stuff like that. There was a lot of racism, too, the temperance movement. I mean, they would say, like, this will help keep like black men from being drunk and doing stuff. I don't know if you can really blame alcohol. I do think it makes people act stupid. I don't know. But if you're going to do that sort of thing, like beat your wife and children, it's like maybe there's something a little more, I don't know. I don't really know what to. Keeps the liver clean. Archie is just hanging out. Yeah. No more mongrels. Or no mongrels. Yeah, they didn't want any, I guess. All the alcohol laws all over the place are all crazy now because of prohibition, because there was all sorts of different stuff going on. Like the Catholics and the rabbis were wet. It was like kept calling people dry or wet, like for it or against it. But then there were people who drank who were dry, or it's like they were for prohibition even though they drank. Like a lot of politicians who were like, I'm gonna get it, and they just continued drinking like normal, no problem. Rabbis got like, what was it, 20 gallons per year of wine or something, and there were people signing up to be rabbis who weren't, I don't know, they would form congregations and get their wine. So it was Catholics versus, I guess the people trying to prohibit it were considered progressives. It's weird. It was a really different time. I still can't buy alcohol on Sunday in the county I live in. Good. No, just kidding. Sometimes, sorry, I'm fighting it, but sometimes I just hate alcohol. I've just watched it destroy people's lives and their minds and make them stupid and annoying and aggressive. I can in a city in the county, but not in the rest of the county. This is Florida. Interesting. Unemployment was high. Farming was winding down, whatever that means. I don't know what that means. Harriet Beecher Stowe's father, Lyman Beecher. Wait, did I put he's white? Wait, why was I imagining him as black? That's weird. Arrived in Litchfield in 1813, gave sermons on the evils of drinking. 6 sermons on intemperance. Says drinking is anti-Christian. Okay, well, I have a link. One of his speeches was called The Great Destroyer. Speech about evil alcohol. Oh, this is someone else. Sorry. The Honorable Richmond P. Hobson of Alabama in the House of Representatives on February 2nd, 1911. Introduced the Prohibition Amendment. P.T. Barnum was he was pro-prohibition. Well, I guess he wasn't. I don't know if that's correct. He spoke out against alcohol. I don't know. Tons of saloons in Connecticut. That was all about Connecticut. So there was something called grog time every day. Grog is a term used for a variety of alcoholic beverages. The word originally referred to rum diluted with water and later on long sea voyages. Also added the juice of limes or lemons. Yeah, during Prohibition became like the whole mixing drinks thing. Tonic was used to like hide the more offensiveness of the weird gin. I don't know. Shit was strong. Al Capone in Chicago, apparently his beer kind of sucked. Like he was flashy and a big personality guy, whatever, and he was good at like being pushy and murdering people and stuff, but the product wasn't too good, from what I hear. Shut it down. It does have its issues. Are you talking about alcohol? Grog time! Yeah, that's what they called it. British, blah, blah, blah. Naval Squadron. Obviously there's this guy called the Real McCoy. His name was Bill McCoy, and his alcohol was like good quality, and he was like, hiding from the, what's it called? What's that army segment called? My sister wanted to sign up for it at one point forever ago. Coast Guard. She never did, but yeah, they're chasing him around. Motorboats, speedboats became a thing because of this. And this is boring. Word's origin, who cares? So there's the Congressional Temperance Society, national organizations, the Crusaders, the Women's Christian Temperance Union, WCTU. They're the one you hear a lot about, and the Anti-Saloon League is the other one you hear a lot about. And I think these were the ones who were friendly with the KKK. The ASL, Anti-Saloon League. And Rockefeller donated money to them and supported prohibition. Gin and tonic. You like that? Yeah, I liked that when I drank, actually. Busybody women. Well, they didn't drink back then. That's one of the weird effects of Prohibition was like by the time it was over, women were like also drunks. Like in the book, it was saying like before this, well, like it made it like I don't know. It's like girls wouldn't go with a boy who didn't have a flask on him. Like it just changed. I don't know. I mean, it went from 22. It was flapper time. It was flapper time. So, Carrie Nation, yes. Hatchet Granny. Sometimes she's referred to as Hatchet Granny. Radical member of the Temperance movement, opposed alcohol before the advent of Prohibition. Noted for attacking alcohol-serving establishments, most often taverns with a hatchet. But she was careful not to attack ones that were like... I'm trying to remember now. Legal or something? I don't know. Something like that. I can't remember if this was after Prohibition was passed or what. I think this was before. She believed she was speaking to God directly. She was 6 feet tall. She was attacking bars with a hatchet in Kansas. Carrie Nation smashes a bar, December 27th, 1990. Did I pull this up? Hold on. Nope. Hold on. Crap. Bring it over here. I'm gonna see where Fallon is. I forgot to tweet this. I was just a mess today. Probably won't be audio, but yeah. Is that her? She's smashing the barrels? Oh no, this is in 1931. Decades after Carrie Nation perfected the art of using a hatchet to combat the scourge of alcohol, Prohibition agents destroy beer barrels in New York City. Okay, who cares? They're just hymn-singing women. She would be alone or accompanied by hymn-singing women. Yeah, it was a lot of Christians. Protestant types, not Catholics. And it was, I guess, also sort of like an anti-immigrant thing, too. They were like against the Irish and the Italians and the Polish Jews and the Eastern people, East Poland or Russian, I think I heard too. They didn't like them. They drank a lot, I guess. But then compared to like the UK, Americans drink a lot. Like the joke was about us being drunks. And we kind of were. They were drinking like in the morning, just like hard cider, like normal in the morning. I don't know. There was just a lot of drinking. I don't really see why you would need to do that so much. It's just kind of weird. Just get really dehydrated, right? Okay, should I share something else? What is this? Here's the sermons. So he was white? Can I see him? What's his name again? Actually, maybe I should just... Okay. Yeah, Ku Klux Klan supported Prohibition. The first woman depicted in the National Statuary Hall collection was Temperance leader and educator Frances E. Willard. Turned saloons into tea parlors or soda shops are just closed. Most farmers drink hard cider. Italians made their own wine. Most immigrants drank beer. Oh, yeah, and it was Germans who did the beer, and it was a lot of Jews who did the distilling. So, I don't know. It was like people were accused of being anti-German. They were accused of being anti-Semitic. It was kind of a weird mess of, like, motivations, kind of. I still own a hip flask. The Irish. My people. Yeah, I'm like a quarter Irish. No wonder I hate her. Shared the link to this. Well, thank you. Thank you. Because water was almost poison back in the day, so everyone drank some form of alcohol. Really? Oh, I like water. I didn't know that. Save water for the frogs. Oh, you're anti-water, huh? I've met anti-water people. It's really weird and abnormal. Water is like magic. Don't let me get sidetracked, but it's weird. The way it shares, the way it gets the chemical to turn into a triangle, the chemical compound. It should be in a line, but because of this lucky thing where it shares, like one has a negative and one has a positive, so it pulls that string up into a triangle in such a magical fashion so that it can have all these unique properties, such as gets larger when it's frozen, when most stuff doesn't really do that, I guess. What else? Oh God, don't get distracted. I love water. It's magical. Water is only a recent innovation. Shut up. I can't tell when people are joking. I'm a little Asperger's. Okay, so forge strong men. That had something to do with it. I think. Oh, Ford spied on his employees. He just didn't want them drinking anyway. Illuminati water. Okay. Arnold Rothstein, young pupil protege, Meyer Lansky. Yeah, Meyer Lansky. So Mafia became a big thing. Organized crime. It got a lot worse. Got everyday people breaking the law. Hooch hatch. I don't know why I wrote that. Hooch hatch. I guess that's where you hide your hooch. Stop it, Heidi. So Meyer Lansky was, I don't know how to say his name. He was only like 24. He was doing like truck rental, vehicle rental business. And I guess he did a lot of this sort of boot, rum running, whatever, out of that business. And apparently he was the young like student of Arnold Rothstein. Booze came from Canada or Europe. I typed, I love this music from speakeasies. That's not entirely true. Some of it, when I was watching some of it was annoying. So I regret. I'm going to take that out. Take that back. You pronounce it right. LOL, not anti-water. They just didn't have easy way to purify it on a mass level. Restructured water, so amazing. They didn't have a drop of bleach. How long has bleach been around? I mean, not really. No, I'm not asking. I haven't been diagnosed as that, but I just like, sometimes I wonder, you know? You never, like, I can't make eye contact very well. Oh, okay. I don't know. Speakeasies. That's great. Yeah, we know what they are. And it got a lot of black and white people hanging out, like even dancing together. So the guy who wrote the book was like, it did more for integration, or is that the word? I don't know. He seemed to think it was like a good thing, but maybe, I don't know. Seth Glenn Young. Okay, so during this time, we went from like, I think it started with Warren G. Harding, who was drinking champagne regularly, even in Congress, like all the time, you know. If you suspect, I'll send you another book by email. What do you mean if I suspect? Oh, right. I do suspect a little bit. I mean, yeah, you should, if you met my mother. Yeah. Calvin Coolidge came next. Hoover came next. He lost to FDR. So was that it? I think that's all the presidents. FDR, I guess, like, I think he kind of ran on ending prohibition a little bit, although he was just sort of waiting to see which way the wind blew. December 5th, 1933. This is weird. Utah became the 36th state to ratify the amendment, placing the 21st Amendment into the Constitution. 21st Amendment repealed it with the Cullen-Harrison Act, March 23rd, 1933. Officially repealed December 5th, 1933. So the Mormon Church was not happy. They loved prohibition. They were like, yeah, totally, do it. Of course. They're funny. Hoover got his ass whooped. Yeah, he called it the Noble Experiment. The Purple Gang. Apparently the Purple Gang was doing more stuff than Al Capone. So I don't know why we hear about him so much instead of them. Bill McCoy did not drink. The guy who was like on the boat making it. And he made it real pure, real good. Like, kind of like, but he didn't do it. It was just like Breaking Bad, you guys. Just kidding. Oh, you already said that. I feel like I'm missing something. Yes, water. Oh, okay. I don't understand. George Moore was a rum runner. There was one guy who was like, I don't know. It didn't always accompany murder and prostitution, but a lot of the time it did. They played jazz at the speakeasies, at Capone's speakeasies. Oh, Bugs. What? Is that Bugsy? Or is that a different Bugs? He was incarcerated 3 times before his... No, that's George Clarence Bugs Moran. That's not Bugsy. 7 members of his gang were gunned down and killed in a warehouse in the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, February 14th, 1929. That was Al Capone. Supposedly on the orders of his rival Al Capone. Yeah, I think they dressed like cops. They dressed like cops. Wrong Bugsy. Sorry, wrong Bugsy. Different. It's just Bugs. It's just Bugs. But it's just a guy that Al Capone... I almost said married. Murdered. Well, it's confusing because it was the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. So I'm like, was it romantic or was it murder? No, just kidding. Frankie Yale provided Al with his alcohol. Good to know, good to know. Rum runners and bootleggers. Rock gut. That was, I guess, what they called the condition. I heard that term before, but it was in reference to schnapps. Pabst had sold its property and had to buy it back. Herbert Hoover called it the noble experiment. I wanted to look at the negative effects of alcohol because I'm anti-alcohol, but anti-forcing. But I just think it's stupid. Apparently the Prohibition Party is still around or something. Is that right? 1976 being the last time it received over 10,000 votes. Political party in the United States known for its historic opposition to the cellar consumption of alcoholic beverages and as an integral part of the temperance movement. It is the oldest existing third party in the United States and the 3rd longest active party. Although it was never one of the leading parties in the United States, it was once an important force in the third party system during the late 19th and 20th centuries. The organization declined following the enactment of prohibition in the United States, it declined following. But saw a rise in vote totals following the repeal of the 18th Amendment in 1933. However, following World War II, it declined, with 1948 being the last time its presidential candidate received over 100,000 votes in 1976. Okay, whatever. The party's platform has changed over its existence. Its platforms throughout the 19th century supported progressive and populist positions, including women's suffrage, equal racial and gender rights, bimetallism, equal pay and an income tax. Like metal, bimetallism. The platform of the party today is progressive in that it supports environmental stewardship, animal rights, and free education. Okay, who cares? Why am I reading this? AA was founded in 1935. Okay, but overall, alcohol consumption did decline by about 30% during Prohibition. But that seems like that's not true. It failed in every way. Bimetal. We wasted a bunch of money. Gender rights. Where did I read that before? I don't know. Where did you read that before? Probably on Twitter. Al Capone died of syphilis. That's what he died from? I knew he had it. I didn't know he died from it. The Mormons only loved it because downtown Salt Lake was nothing but bars. Prohibition opened real estate for them to scoop up. Really? Wait, is that true? Downtown Salt Lake? Are you sure? I remember there were certain towns. I think they had pretty good control over Salt Lake. Wait. Are you talking about way back then? I don't know. I guess maybe you know more than me. I shouldn't argue with people before I know, but I just thought they had pretty good control over downtown, and then there were like other Utah cities that they were like, get out of here, interlopers. Okay, so I guess here's the sermon. I want to see what he looks like. Oh my God, I totally forgot what I was doing. What? Name Lyman Beecher. Let's see. True story. KUED has a doc on it. Okay. I apologize for doubting you. I'll have to watch that. Images. He is white. Okay, so Harriet Beecher Stowe's father was white. So I guess the Uncle Tom must have been her. No, I guess it was a fictional story. Never mind. I was going to say that must have been her mom's brother. I don't remember that book. Okay, anyway. I don't know. I see the word sin in Lamentations. He wrote these 6 sermons. The nature and occasions of intemperance. I didn't mean to do that. Raging desire which it enkindles. I actually know that feeling, you know? I used to not be able to stop drinking until it was gone, and then I wanted more. Beer, mostly. I was kind of a shitty, cheap beer person. To those who look only on the outward appearance, the triumphs of intemperance over conscience and talents and learning and character and interest and family endearments have appeared wonderful. But have you guys ever seen that movie When a Man Loves a Woman? I like that movie. It's kind of depressing and sad, though. But I remember watching it when I was pretty young, and it was, I don't know. It's pretty rare. And, but yeah, kind of depressing. Who wants, it's just like someone having drug problems movie. Okay, so I don't know why I'm looking at this. As these central energies are enfeebled, the strength of mind and body decline, and lassitude and depression and melancholy. Actually, I agree with this. I hate alcohol. The light of life becomes its darkness. I like the song by Michael Bolton. Yeah, I'm sure it plays in the movie, right? But I just remember the movie, well, I shouldn't ruin it, but it ends really weird. I kind of like it, though. It's kind of happy. It's like about forgiveness and love. I know the song, too. I don't know if it's actually in it. It's weird. It's like named that, but I don't know if that song's actually in it. I keep seeing the word vigorous. Social drinking. Okay, anyway, he talked about it being bad. What is this one? The Great Destroyer. This is by Richmond Pearson Hobson. He wrote something called The Great Destroyer. Wow. The nature of alcohol. Alcohol, a poison. Alcohol has no food value. Alcohol, a narcotic, not a stimulant. Snakebite fallacy, consumption fallacy. I don't know. I'm not actually reading it. I'm just reading the things. Alcohol, 10,000 times more destructive than war. Wow. He's going hard. He's going for it. Huh. That just made me think of how soldiers aren't allowed to drink. Alcohol's wounded today are more than 100,000 white men. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's differentiating that. Alcohol degenerate. Should I read that? The confirmed drunkards and heavy drinkers together, 5 million in number, must be looked upon as mortally wounded, and the temperate regular drinkers as seriously wounded, making a total of over 25 million Americans wounded by alcohol today. More than 10 times as many as wounded in all the battles of the world since the dawn of history. Did we have cars yet? Okay, so this is weird. There's like I don't really like this book by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I hate that book. I think it's stupid. It's about the rich guy who comes back and is like, "Ooh, look at me, I'm rich," and then everyone's getting drunk and getting in car crashes. Great Gatsby. Nikki says, that's some hyperbole. Yeah, he's like, I'm with them. Alcohol degenerates. I like this. I agree with this. Sorry. I just think it's a shitty drug. Just do something. Do a different drug. There's other drugs. You know? Yeah. Fuck the gear. Yeah, I hate it. I hate The Great Gatsby. It's a stupid story. I was glad that my class in high school got a different book. I know some other kids were reading that, and we read A Separate Piece, which is about a kid who breaks his arm and his bone marrow or something like leaks into his bloodstream and it makes him die. It's like a friendship movie. It's not a movie, it was a book. It was a friendship book. A friendship with death and loss. I need a drink, says Squatch. Don't do it! Don't do it. I have beer in my fridge and I just like resist it. And other people can drink it. Someone else put it in there. I didn't put it in. I was like, should I dump it out? And I was like, well, I'm not going to drink it, so I guess I'll just leave it there. Gatsby was a simp. Is he the one that crashed the car? He got drunk and crashed his car? Oh, what a cool... Or was it Daisy? Was it that dumb woman? Uplifting books they teach in high school. Yeah, what the heck? It is kind of weird. What else did we read? What did we read in high school? I kind of liked him a lot of the time. We were assigned The Old Man and the Sea, and I loved that book. I remember, I always remember, laying on the ground, reading it in the sunlight. You know how the sunlight comes through the window? And it's, this thick. It's, teeny. It's not thick. I still love that book. That's by Ernest Hemingway. Short book. Oh, we read Of Mice and Men in school. I liked that. Apparently, I like John Steinbeck. But again, not very uplifting, any of these. Very sad stories. Very tragic. Alcohol, the curse of the perils of childbirth and the danger of race suicide. What is going on in this? Blights the progeny of man. The only rational life. What are you talking about? Race suicide? Of Mice and Men. Show it. Oh. I tried to read The Hobbit in 4th grade and I threw it against a wall. I got through The Hobbit all right, but I failed finishing the Fellowship of the Ring. Liked the movies. I was pretty young when I was trying to read the books, and then it was Broken76 who said I like Mice and Men. Of Mice and Men. I like that too. I like the movie with John Malkovich. It's really funny. My favorite part is when John Malkovich comes to talk to the black guy. And there's a lot of characters who just have names and not real names. They're just the woman. Anyway, so he was just what he was. And anyway, he goes to talk to him and he's like, I seen your light. And he's like, you're just crazy, aren't you? And he's like, just says it again, I seen your light. And yeah, he went to chat with him. And then they get all chatting. And then he made him mad because he said, suppose something might happen to George. And he's like, don't nobody ever speak something happens to George. And he gets on he's about to kick his ass. And I like when George tells him, get him, Lenny. And then he just grabs Curly's hand and starts crazy squeezing it until blood comes out, just like a monster, just because he told him, get him. I love that movie. I gotta watch it. Nikki Fruit Loop says, good book. Autobiography of Malcolm X. I'll read that. I'm interested in him. He seems to have seems to figure a few things out up there. Oh, I already saw that. Okay. Moving on. This is funny. Another scientist, after wide investigation, has found that in only 1% of cases do accidents occur in maternity to mothers where the parents are total abstainers, while 5.25% occur where the parents are regular temperate drinkers and 7.32% where the parents are heavy drinkers. In the case of total abstaining parents, the deaths in infancy among their... Okay, so it's talking about that. Really destroys over half the nation's wealth. Well, we lost a lot of money during Prohibition. So, yeah, a lot of the reasoning was it makes people less productive. And, yeah, Henry Ford would, I can't remember if this was before Prohibition or what. He just didn't want drinkers at his works. He didn't like it. I don't know. He wanted to reward people who didn't drink, so they would like keep tabs on the guy if he was leaving and going to the saloon at night. You're like, oh, he stayed home every night this week. He's doing good. Let's give him a raise. Won't ever watch Charlie. I don't know what that is. Flowers for Algernon made me cry. I've heard of that. Never watched it or read it if it's a book. The saloon is an assassin. This is so dramatic. The nation's life itself at stake. The death grapple. America, the hope of the world. This was before Prohibition got passed, by the way. So I just went back to the stuff that was going on. America, the hope of the world. The last stand of the human race. Guilty before God and man. I still agree with him. Abstinence and efficiency. Again, I don't believe in doing the law thing. Making it a law. I just disagree with this. I just think it's a stupid drug. Kind of turns people into demons sometimes. Like, there's people who are totally cool and like can handle it, so I don't really care about them. But the people with problems, man, they like won't stop. It sucks. Henry Ford's 2 rules: no drunks, no Jews. Is that true? Okay, there was one part I recorded from the audiobook that was talking about Henry Ford saying all these things and that they were accurate, what he was saying. And that it was talking about an article and how, like, one of the people, like, confirming what Henry Ford said was a rabbi himself. One that Henry Ford used to get along with. And then I don't know about later on. But yeah, I think they changed it from 20 gallons a year for the rabbis to 10 gallons a year because they, like, people were complaining about, like, them. I don't know. I mean, they weren't doing all of it. They weren't the only ones, you know. It was the Italians. It was, like, I guess it was the South, too. I didn't get into that. But there was, like, a creek that, I forget, what was it called? Whiskey Creek or something? And, like, the cops couldn't follow them. Should we look at, did I pull up? We already talked about Carry Nation enough. Oh, this was also that thing. Let's just, I don't know. Never mind. Yeah, the National German-American Alliance was like ethnic German associations in the United States founded in Philip. So, because they were the brewers. Promote and preserve German culture in America. It sought to resist the assimilation of Germans in America. That's weird. I mean, I guess it's not that weird. Issues. Prohibition. Bolster support. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it said they were against prohibition because they did bear stuff. Here's Mary Hunt. Promoting total abstinence and prohibition of alcohol. I mean, she looks fun, right? Hays Code. What's that? What do you mean? Oh boy, what years? I don't know what's going on. Haven't read The Hobbit, but Lord of the Rings is huge. Yeah, I couldn't get through the first one of the 3 of the Lords. Oh yeah, okay. Choosing the WCTU. I wish I knew more about them. Okay, there was the Whiskey Rebellion. It had nothing to do with whiskey. It was actually Zinfandel, so it's confusing, and it probably wasn't as big a deal as they tried to make it seem. I don't really know. I guess I should look it up. Pauline Sabin. Her name kept coming up a lot. She was an American Prohibition repeal leader. Okay, so she was a repeal leader wanting to repeal it. Republican Party official born in Chicago. She was a New Yorker who founded the Women's Organization for National Prohibition Reform. So it was women again. Sabin was active in politics and known for her social status and charismatic personality. Sabin's efforts were a significant factor in the repeal of prohibition. So, okay, she might have been not the one that was for it. So she was opposed to prohibition, I guess, from the start. Fallon loves me, you guys. I love you too, Fallon. Oh, yes, you need to do one on Hays Code. What the hell is that? What is the Hays Code? Hollywood Production Code explained. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Have you ever watched an all black white movie, maybe starring on? It's a bit tame. Not as simple as a few rules. Keeping Catholic and family values. Catholic, set of rules and guidelines set to follow. Okay, so this is weird though. So during the 20s, the literature, dude, it was like drinky, drunk. Like they were glorifying alcoholism in the books a lot. I mean, hence like The Great Gatsby, I guess. Yeah, that's a good example. Wait, what? It's what set Hollywood back for 40 years. What do you mean? What do you mean? I mean, what's wrong with having presentable and safe for the public? Okay, well, that sounds like censorship, I guess. But what do you mean? No sexually explicit. Good guys always win. Bad guys always lose. Oh, I don't really like that. But, I mean, well, maybe that keeps people's spirits up. That is kind of a stupid rule, though, because I like sad endings. Fallon's laughing. Set us back? Oh, I see an argument coming on. Nothing that promotes bad values or perversion. So you both wanted to talk about it, but for different reasons, apparently. No swearing and saying offensive things. Wait. Hays Code got its popular nickname from Will H. Hays, a Presbyterian elder who was made president of the Motion Picture Producers and Distributors of America, who set up the Motion Picture Production Code. I want some ginger ale. Is there something like a video I could play for a minute? Keep and enforce prohibition. Look, it's weird. They did women's. Women's, not women's. Women's Christian Temperance. Annie Wittenmeyer. These women were weird. Hitler's teeth reveal Nazi dictator's cause of death. Okay, whatever. Anti-Saloon League. Pressure politics. Okay, so remember the ASL, the Anti-Saloon League? Their most prominent leader was Wayne Wheeler. Pussyfoot Johnson. We're also highly influential and powerful. Ernest Charrington and Pussyfoot Johnson. What is going on? Okay. You need to take your name off there, Fallon. Why has it got your full name? I mean, I don't know. It doesn't matter, I guess. It's a pretty common name. Failure. Unable to cope with the failures of prohibition after 1928, especially bootlegging and organized crime, as well as reduced government revenue. The League failed to counter the repeal forces. Also their failure to disassociate from the Ku Klux Klan brought on negative connotations with the League. Led by prominent Democrats, Franklin D. Roosevelt won the U.S. presidency election in 1932 on a wet platform. On a wet platform, you guys. Because I'm not a bitch. Oh, okay. All right. Is that it? A new constitutional amendment passed easily in 1933 to repeal the 18th Amendment, and the League lost its power. So it went 18, 19, 20. What's the 20th Amendment? Oh, income tax? Is that what it was? I don't like that one. I don't like it. Is that a hug? That's right. I like when people hug. Recovering degenerate. You like raunch. Okay, you're going to have your own little conversation. Negative side effects of abuse, alcohol abuse. Negative side effects. These are tips on how to overcome the habit. I don't look at that. Where's the negative effects? Causes infertility. Leads to pancreatitis. Pancreatitis. I just watched the movie Titus again the other day, but it's Titus. It's ridiculous. I used to watch that. Speaking of drugs, I used to watch that on drugs. It's pretty, I don't know. I didn't choose it. Other people chose things. Pancreatitis. Damages the brain. See, I care about that. That's important. I like my brain. Increased cancer risk. That's including breast cancer. I did not know that till just recently. Affect heart health. We don't want that. Effects of alcohol abuse causes liver disease. Are they going to mention it dehydrates you and dries your skin out and makes you fat and stupid? Skin issues. Oh, I just said that. Thank you. Hamper sleep. Sleep is so important. Bad. Weaken immunity. Bad. Okay. Weight gain. Correct. I said that. Okay, you get the point. I don't mean to be a nag. Who's Elliot Ness? He was an American prohibition agent famous for his efforts to bring down Al Capone and enforce prohibition in Chicago. Who cares? There's so much about Chicago, though. It's like he was the leader of a famous team of law enforcement agents from Chicago nicknamed the Untouchables. So this is after Utah is a state. So I don't know why that's weird to me. Kind of just is. They would deliver it along the railway. At one point, it was saying that the cops who were the prohibition agents and the people who were like regular rum runners or whatever kind of knew each other, almost like how like the opposing football team. That is like how one of them actually described it. Shut up! It's not becoming an AA commercial, you butthole. I just want to give people the impression that it's the right thing to do and then move on. So the Untouchables, okay, yeah, that was something to do with him. Maybe I'll watch that movie. Isn't that Kevin Costner? I love Kevin Costner again lately. And oh crap, I didn't mean to click on that. I don't want to go to Chicago. Someone said to me recently, like, you can just tell he doesn't diddle kids. And I was like, I know. Oh my God, that is what it is. Kind of the same with Keanu Reeves a little bit. Anyway, I don't know. Definitely Kevin Costner, though. When he tries to play like an evil person, it was ridiculous. Like Mr. Brooks, I was like, no. I don't know. Even Waterworld, I was like, no. That's not correct. Kevin Costner can't do that. Your pancreas is fine. Your liver is fatty. Gotta tax that revenue. Okay. Has it been an hour yet? Almost. Elliot Ness. Did he catch him? I think he did. They got him for tax evasion. The end. Al Capone is like Scarface, I guess. Is he Scarface? Is Al Capone Scarface? Or he inspired Scarface? He was the leader of a famous team of law enforcement agents from Chicago nicknamed the Untouchables. I don't know. Did he get him? I think he got him. He died of a heart attack. Yeah, this was also when we had guns like this. Remember those? Machine guns, like actual machine guns. Isn't that crazy? I mean, yeah. That's what Al Capone killed people with. What did I pull this up? Organized intolerance. Yeah, it wasn't a big deal really back then. It was just sort of like an organization, I guess. I don't really know what I'm talking about. I actually don't know very much about the Ku Klux Klan, if I'm being honest. Mabel Walker Willebrandt, popularly known to her contemporaries as the First Lady of Law, was a U.S. Assistant Attorney General from 1921 to 29, handling cases concerning violations of the Volstead Act, federal taxation, and the Bureau of Federal Prisons during the Her? Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of women in this story. You could order those from the Sears and Roebuck catalog. Order what? God, I'm so bad at this. You guys, by the time someone comments on something, I can't remember what I was talking about. Robert Stack sounds familiar. I don't remember who it was. And dynamite? Tommy guns. Oh, you could order the guns and dynamite from... Oh, wow. Are you serious? That's crazy. That's crazy. All right. What else did I have open? Who's this guy? Oh, I think I had it. Let's X out of here. X out of here. Here's Lyman Beecher. His code. Oh, is this? Okay, this is the guy I'm looking at, right? Robert Stack? Wait, Elliot Ness. What's going on? Where's Robert Stack? Oh, he's an actor. Oh! Portraying Ness in the series The Untouchables. Got it. National. I already looked at that one. I don't know. I'm trying to remember what I learned in the book before I stop. If there's anything I left out. I mean, there's a ton of stuff. I don't know. The people themselves must control. Pass the cure along. This sounds almost like the early Inception, like the early, it almost reminds me of AA in a way. Abstinence and efficiency. Abstinence in the government. Home teaching. More systematic effort should be made to enlist the instinct of parenthood and have the teaching in the home improved, especially to check the father shattering the teaching of the mother by a bad example of his own. What? Whatever, I still agree. The college is the school for officers. I don't know what you're talking about. Organization is the watchword. Strike with our whole power. Strike where the enemy is the weakest. Use the principle of the wedge. Is that the end? Yeah, that's the end. Here's that 6 sermons again. I don't know. I guess I'm done. But make so much tax money. You learned drinking is bad. A pre-built house. I mean, again, if you're one of those people who can like do it without it having like lasting repeat negative side effects, I don't know. I should have quit drinking like way before I did. I feel I wasted years of my life, and I wouldn't mind warning the youngins that it's really overrated and not really not that great. I feel like it could be something that they keep the little people stupid with. Because almost as soon as I quit drinking, I started learning about things. Anyway, I'm different. I'm a different person than other people. Everyone's different. So that's why you can't be too forceful about it, obviously. It has to be an individual's thing, but I don't know. Why bother with learning the hard way when you can just stay away, keep it for special occasions? You know, if we had to make it like we used to, maybe it would be a little less. It's just so easy, you know. You just go to this gas station or wherever you go, liquor store. How dare Heidi rule my life? How dare I? Remember that scene in Edward Scissorhands when he sips the drink and it's like His eyes are like full of tears and it's hilarious. And then that guy's like, yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's good stuff. He like drinks the whole glass with a straw. I wish I could watch that, damn it. I'll get in trouble, huh? Fallon and I watched Beetlejuice and the Batman this weekend. So both B the letter B. Gets what? I can't show it, can I? What the hell? No. Gets mad. I thought it was Edward Scissorhands. Drinks. I'm going to say lemonade. Lemonade. Because he told him it's lemonade. I probably can't, huh? Hold up. Unmute. Enlarge. Can you hear it? Oh, shit. I'm an idiot. Oh, my God. I always do this. I almost just watched it by myself. Okay, well, it's probably going to stop playing because this is, like, owned by someone.
What's the matter? What's wrong? She get you nervous?
Okay.
You've been cloistered away up in that.
I just want to go to the...
What is it? Lemonade.
I'm gonna get in trouble. He's all looking for the wife.
I don't know what it is.
What?
You reach a...
Damn it. I'm a jackass, you guys. I'll never learn. I'll just do it wrong over and over again. Okay.
Certain age, they develop these gland things. Their bodies swell up. They go crazy.
Glands?
Glands? Yeah, glands.
Stop saying glands.
I try not to think about it.
I'm gonna get in trouble. It's an old movie. Just let me have it. Wait, you said keep pausing it, so I don't see any emails, but they tell me after. They're like, you got a thing. You did it. You played it. You used to see it on TV all the time, but you played it. It's on TV all the time for free, but you played it.
Good, isn't it?
It looks so horrible. Okay, well, anyway, Johnny Depp is basically Edward Scissorhands. He's a nice person. I'm gonna stop now because if I don't, then I have to cut it in half to upload it to BitChute. And Gap TV too does that. I don't know why I upload to so many different things. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. I don't know what I'm doing. What else is funny? Have you guys ever seen Barfly? Apparently I don't want to stop yet. But Barfly is actually a really good movie. Mickey Rourke. It's so funny. I fucking love that movie. Watch it! You have to watch it. Maybe I can watch a scene from that. I'll just cut them out if I get in trouble. That whole movie is hilarious, though. It's supposed to be like... What's the guy's name? That like Russian poet or something. But I don't know what I'm doing. What is this? Is this like the whole... This is only 9 minutes long. I don't know. Sylvester Stallone's brother is in it. Now talk about Amber Heard. Well, her name rhymes with turd. And we all heard about the turd. She was not deterred. I don't know. I just want to rhyme, I guess, apparently. I don't know. There's just funny scenes. It's all weird looking. Oh my God, I'm doing it again. I'm totally doing it again. You guys, I'm the worst. Absolute worst.
Hey, you with the filthy apron.
Be back in seconds.
I hear a voice down there, but I sure as hell don't see much.
It's Sylvester Stallone's brother.
Seems
That's
like
all
that
I
beating
know.
I gave you last night must have rattled your bells, huh?
Remember ordering a draft, barkeep. What do you want, a brew, or is that lobotomy finally taken hold?
I'll drive your head right to the fucking wall today, you faggot.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. You can say faggot on YouTube, right? Frank Stallone. Okay. Yeah, this movie's the best. I wish I could show you the whole thing, but they'll probably make me cut it out. This lady's in it. She's
I
funny.
can't stand people.
She's crazy.
I hate them.
She hates people.
Oh, yeah?
You hate them?
No.
I like when she goes and grabs all the corn off the stalk and then she tries to cook it and she's like she's like crying. She's all drunk crying because it's like way too green. She couldn't cook it.
Oh, but I seem to feel
She's
better
mad.
without her around.
So, how'd the job go?
Oh, they gave me a hard-on. They couldn't use a hard-on. This is a world where everybody's got to do something. You know,
Who's
somebody
he's supposed to be? What's his name? I swear it's a lot more funny than this. There's like funny shit in that. Okay, I'm just gonna stop. That's the end. Everyone watch that. It's hard to find, but whatever. I don't think I've ever watched the whole thing. Yeah, it made me laugh my ass off. It's hard, but it's also kind of depressing and kind of stupid and glorifying alcohol, which I hate. So, the end. I'm gonna stop now. Thank you. Prohibition. That was a mistake. Oops. And then we had the mafia. Okay, bye. Have a good night, everyone. Have a good week. Food shortage. Save food. Plant. I don't know. I don't know. Just do whatever you want. Do what you think's right. Okay, bye.